power to heal itself.
But look, I want to put some of this into play here because I want to add somebody to the conversation. Now, Joe was only 5 years old when his entire life dramatically changed. And now, 40 years later, he still feels trapped in an emotional nightmare. You're going to really relate to this. Take a look.
When I was 5 years old, the drunk driver ran a red light. She was clocked at 120 miles per hour, and she crashed into my family's car. My sister Maria, who was 11, was thrown from the backseat through the windshield. I was thrown out of the car and into the woods. The tragedy really was my dad and my sister both passed away. After the accident, we were at the hospital. I woke up in a bed, and my mom was sitting next to me. And I said to her, I can't feel my legs. And just as I said that, a doctor walked in and said, yes, son, you're paralyzed, and you're never going to walk again. When I heard the words, you're scared. You're basically just terrified because you don't know what your life is going to be like now. I was a prisoner in my own body. When we entered court with Andrea, the drunk driver, Andrea got away with everything. She got no jail time, no nothing. What really devastated me, that haunts me till this day, is that when she got off the stand, she looked at my mother and said, hooray for me and you. How do you do that? How do you do that to somebody and devastate a family and then have no remorse, not even giving a It's hard. I'm 45 years old. I've been in a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. I've been sitting for 40 years in this chair. Growing up without a father is terrible because he's the man that you go to for advice. He's your counselor, your dad. You have a problem, who do you talk to? Your father. I didn't have that. I carry a lot of anger for what happened because I don't know if she understands the devastation she caused. She's ruined my life physically, financially, and mentally and emotionally. She's literally destroyed it. I got the chair for a crime I didn't commit. She should have got the chair.
Before we start, I need to say, in fairness, that the drunk driver in this situation is not here to defend herself. We did contact her, and we said, we're calling from the Dr. Phil show, and we're calling about what happened with you, and she hung up. I have to say that the things you say are allegations. You know in your mind what's true and what's not, but enough about her. I want to talk about you.
Okay.
How do you deal with this? How do you manage this every day?
It's challenging because this could have all been prevented. It was, senseless. And it's almost like I chronically put the blame on that person.
And you still have a lot of anger and pain from this every day.
Yeah.
It still drives you.
Sorry.
So what's the challenge here? I mean, can Joe let go of 40 years of anger and pain and finally have some peace? And then what do you do to maximize your physical, emotional, and spiritual experiences when you are so limited? Dr. Mancini and I are going to take this bull by the horns when we come back. Hey, audience, do we have a great time here in studio? If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area, come join Robin and me in the studio audience.
Tickets are free, so just go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. We've been talking about what it takes to fully better your life, and my guest and good friend, Dr. Fabrizio Mancini, is the go-to guy, in my opinion. He has helped thousands heal and live the life they deserve. He's written a new book. It's the book called The Power of Self-Healing, Unlock Your Natural Healing Potential in 21 Days. And learning to heal is exactly what my guest, Joe, struggles with, to overcome an accident that left him paralyzed, killed his father, killed his sister, and he's been in his chair for 40 years. Doctor, you say there's power to maximize your experience wherever you find yourself, whether it's with a disease, an impairment, or whatever. Talk about that some.
Well, the most important thing to recognize is that we are not the disease. To me, what I'm listening to you, Joe, is primarily that as a chiropractor, I would tell you that chiropractic care is going to improve your nerve function, and that's going to allow your body to function at a higher level. But what I'm listening to you mostly is the emotional component that you're wrestling with. The number one emotion that releases us from our past is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key. Who knows the circumstances of why she got into that car, why she was running from the police, and why she felt like, she needed to be driving under those conditions. That's really the key here. You have no control over that. Forgiveness also needs to mean that in this accident, as traumatic as it was, you survived. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for living. Because, you